Well, hi, folks. I'm Chris Dorr. I'm the director here for Florida Gun Owners. And in this short video, I'm going to talk about the two candidates who are running to be your next state representative right there in House District 72. I'm going to go over the Democrat candidate, Lesa Miller, and where she is on the gun issues. And then I'm going to switch over and talk about Bill Conerly, the Republican who is running in this race. There is so much on the line in these elections. So if you are pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment, pro-family, pro-life, pro-America, you're going to want to watch this video. Let's jump right into it and talk about Lesa Miller here. Circle her with red. Red is deliberate. Every election cycle, we issue a candidate survey to the candidates who are running for the state legislature, and we ask them a series of very tough questions about the issues that we know they're going to face. We ask them so that we can come back here and report that information to you. So I have bad news. Lesa Miller refused her survey. Survey. That's a terrible E. I'm so sorry for that. She refused to fill out her 2024 candidate survey, which means on all of these issues here, we don't know where she stands. Does she support universal gun registration? The radical left wants to. The whole purpose of this bill is to track, trace, and register gun owners like they're sex offenders. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris say it on television a lot. They say it frequently. Ban them, ban assault weapons. Or Kamala Harris talks about mandatory gun buybacks. That's gun confiscation. They can't confiscate firearms unless they know who owns what guns. That's what universal gun registration is. And Lesa Miller wouldn't answer the question. Same with whether or not she opposes the repeal of the red flag law that's already on the books. In 2018, the state of Florida passed this after the Parkland shooting. These red flag gun confiscation laws have been used over 10,000 times in Florida already. And they're simply the destruction of due process rights for gun owners. Allows people to petition a court to have somebody's guns taken away from them without them ever being charged, tried, or convicted of a crime. And what we're seeing right now is these things are being weaponized. Red flags laws are being weaponized against people in child custody court and in divorce court. It's happening a lot now where somebody is trying to get support for their child custody case. They want sole custody, so they get a red flag order against their former ex or their whatever. And that gun charge goes on their record, and it makes it a lot easier for them to get sole custody. That's a practical application of why this is so bad. Does Lesa Miller support getting rid of that? No, we don't know because she won't fill out her survey. Same with mandatory gun lockups. Pardon me. Kamala Harris said it on video. She said that the purpose of these gun lockup laws is so that state agents and government agents can invade the sanctity of your home. That's Kamala Harris's words, not mine, and do government gun inspections. It's a total violation of your Second Amendment right and your right to remain secure in your person against unreasonable searches and seizures. But yet, Lesa Miller refuses to say where she is on these. Does she want to repeal permitless carry? Well, we don't know. Again, does she want to repeal Florida's self-defense laws? Like so many other people in her party are openly talking about doing. They want to make it so that Florida law protects the criminal rather than the citizen by forcing people to try to retreat if they're attacked by a killer or a rapist or a murderer or something like that. They have to try to prove to a judge that they retreated far enough before they're able to take actions to defend themselves or their kids. Does she want to repeal that like the rest of her party does? Well, we don't know. Does she support banning AR-15s or other semi-automatic firearms? Again, we don't know. Her entire party wants to. But we're also seeing right now from Kamala Harris all the way down the ticket where for the last 3.5 years, they've been vocal opponents. Again, we're talking about Lesa Miller here. They've been vocal opponents of the Second Amendment, talking constantly about passing gun control. But now that they're in election season, people like Kamala, people like Lesa are flipping and going quiet or openly outright contradicting themselves and saying that they're not a bunch of gun grabbers. So we think it's a big fat red flag when somebody like Lesa Miller refuses to go on record, and that's why we're giving her an F rating. If you don't have the courage of your convictions, then you're hiding something, it seems anyway. Let's talk about Bill over here, Bill Conerly. All right, let's end this video on a good note. Bill Conerly, first and foremost, he filled out the 2024 Florida Gun Owner Survey 100% pro-gun. He's an absolute no on registering guns. He's an absolute yes on repealing red flag gun confiscation. He's an absolute no on banning AR-15s. He's a yes on this one. SEPA, fantastic piece of legislation. The Second Amendment Protection Act simply says that Ohio or Florida cops, just got down the trip over there. Oh, Florida cops, which are paid for by Florida taxpayers to uphold Florida laws, they are prohibited from being Joe Biden's or Kamala Harris's federal gun control law enforcement brigade. I think that's common sense. I think it's fantastic. Instead, they would simply enforce Florida law when it comes to guns from here on out. Fantastic. People message us all the time and say, "Hey, what can Florida do to push back against this tyranny that we see coming at us out of Washington, D.C.?" Well, that's it right there. Bill Conerly wants to pass it. It's called SEPA. It's simply it's the state of Florida resisting federal tyranny rather than individuals having to do it. So I mean, if it's the individuals that are forced to do this, we've lost a lot of ground. This is simply says the state of Florida is going to protect the rights of its citizens. We are not going to let our law enforcement, which we pay for, be commandeered to enforce federal gun control. We love all of that stuff. So you take all of this in its totality. We're going to give Bill an A rating here for doing that. We love it, especially this one right here. When they fill out their candidate survey, it's kind of like signing a mortgage or a rental agreement. You put your name on the dotted line, you got to make the payments. Same with Bill Conerly here. He put his name on the survey, which means he wants to fight for the Second Amendment rather than just be a bench warmer. We love that. So if you see Bill Conerly on the campaign trail, walk right up to him, thank him for doing what he did right here and filling out his survey and wanting to be a fighter. If you see Lesa Miller on the campaign trail, tell her to fill out this survey. Like, where is this lady? Where's your survey? Go on record, have the courage of your convictions, go on record and be open about it. If she says she supports all of this garbage right along here, tell her that stuff might work over there across the pond with those sissy Brits in England, but it doesn't work here. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave. So last but not least, folks, I'd ask you, please share this video with all of your pro-gun friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, neighbors, your barber, your hairdresser, whatever. On November 5th, there is so much on the line. So we're asking you to round up your friends, head down to the polls, and on November 5th, vote pro-gun.